Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's a chess show on Pod TV, Arabian TV. My name is Sasha Starr. I would like to introduce our dear guests for today. It's Grandmaster Mikhail Marin and his lovely wife, artist Maria. Welcome to the show.
Hello, Sasha. Hello, everybody. Nice to be here again after quite a while.
Yes, it's great to see you. And I've arranged to have only two of you for today's show because we are going to discuss. These days, it's a very rare thing, but I want to discuss chess and love. And it's great to have a couple like yourself who are both chess players and are in love. I can't
With
believe
chess
that.
or
Yes, and I would like to learn so much about you. And I never had an opportunity to have just two of you. It always was a show with many speakers and so on. So I couldn't really concentrate. But today I have all opportunities in the world to do that. Mikhail, you just had your birthday. Uh,
Yes.
how how do you generally feel being a birthday boy?
Well, what can I say? Well, first of all, I receive all these congratulations on Facebook,
Of
and
course.
it's always pleasant. Um, no, well, I assume that when I was a kid, it was a bit different. Like Christmas or something. But it was nice. Actually, the girl living with us, the Ukrainian girl, made me some presents some 10 days before my birthday because I was supposed to leave. We were supposed to leave, but to Italy, but I postponed it. So eventually I was home on my birthday. So, I mean, it's not the worst day in the year.
Hmm. So tell me, I'm very, very curious. How two of you met, and at what point you felt that you were in love? Maria?
Well, we met at a chess tournament.
very
I
original.
it
Mhm.
was in Tallinn. I was alone there. I was in the queue to the registration office in the official hotel, and I was asking myself, what am I doing here? I mean, here it is even colder and darker than in Bucharest because it was mid December,
Mm.
2016, and this girl appears. I was seeing in black and white because I hadn't slept for 36 hours.
Mhm.
So I had this flight with Polish Airlines very early in the morning, and I don't know, 8 or 9 hours in Warsaw. So okay. So then I saw a girl approaching, and even before she said anything, I had this feeling that something is coming back, something which has been here forever, or something that was missing there. I mean, it was somehow she approached quickly like this, and she asked me whether the registration, the accreditation is there. She asked me in Russian because she assumed that everybody would be a Russian there at the queue. A Russian, or I mean, okay, from the former
Yeah,
Soviet
because
Union.
it's Italian. It's obvious.
Mm.
And this proved to be a mistake because somehow I felt that I should prolong the conversation. I mean, not just answer. And we're talking. I didn't notice that she was beautiful because I was seeing black and white somehow. But I said it's just right to talk. Well, I let her to register first when our turn arrived. And then she told me like this over the shoulder until tomorrow. And I said, okay, yeah, sure. There are 500 people here, most of them men. I will surely meet you tomorrow. Yeah, but okay, it was just nice, that. But then we met in the morning, and we kept talking between the games because it was Rapid and Blitz European Championship. So
Mhm.
we're talking between the games, and at some point I offered her to analyze the games. I have good memory, so I could. She also remembered some of her games. So and then it was like this, like very platonic in principle. But we were most of the time to get free time together. In the evening, she would disappear, but 4 days in a row between the games, we would just talk and talk. And I remember I was very proud of the fact that, of course, I lost several games there because it's Blitz and Rapid. I also won a lot. I was surprised, pleasantly surprised that every time I could resign with a smile. And this already makes some connection with what you said, that chess and love. I mean, the theme, the main theme of our show. I remember that I was playing with Naidic. That this was the Blitz tournament already. We played 2 games each with both colors.
Mhm.
And in a drawn ending, which I thought I might have the good bishop against the bad bishop, I put my good bishop under the attack of his bad bishop, and he took it, and I resigned with a smile. And then with black, I beat him. I think it was a very good game actually. Even if you look at it with the computer, it's I mean it's well played. And I noticed that he resigned with I mean the normal chess player's reaction. I don't say anything about him. I mean like he's much higher rated, and of course for him to lose to me, it was not so pleasant. But I was happy that I could always resign with a smile.
You should see the face of Carlsen today when he lost his first game to what's his name? Le Cun, the Vietnamese
Le Quang.
Le Quan.
But where are the Dortmund, or what is it? Dortmund or
No, it's in Norway. It's in Norway, and they're doing a very new format. They're playing. It's a live tournament.
mhm.
But the system is like online. What they're playing is a matches of 4 games each, and then
Mhm.
the loser is out. The winner goes in the next
Mhm.
round. But what's interesting is that Carlson played with white pieces, and all game he had slightly better position, and finally he overlooked swindle by Lequan, and but he could save the game still because he would get perpetual. But he had the mouse sleep and just gave up his queen, and
Uh-huh.
he was so disgusted. But it was a strange game because first of all, Carlson was late. And it's a 15 minutes game, and when you're late 2 3 minutes, um, that's probably not the best strategy. But then a couple of times during the game, he fell asleep, and it was already his time and he was still asleep, so something bothered him, or I don't know really what it is. But the
But
format is very interesting technically. You know what's happening, although it is a live tournament. They're playing sitting computers. So they're like facing each other, but they don't see each other because of the computer screens.
mhm,
So they're playing as online because they're using computer, mouse, big screen. They don't see each other. There are like 2 tables to each other. So um, I thought it's somewhat artificial, but on the other hand, it's so futuristic because all the ambience and all the um, lights and colors and so on. It's making very high tech show in a way. So maybe that's what they see, a direction of chess into high tech and to make it some kind of a new image for chess.
but of course, for the quality of the games, it's bad because
Well, 15 minutes is not the great quality of the games because, what I notice is, as much as I understand chess, you can't have a deep strategic plans conceived and implemented in 15 minutes per game format, even with some additional time and so on. Or maybe today's top grandmasters are so knowledgeable, they know so much, or that they maybe don't need more than 15 minutes per game.
Mhm.
What's your opinion, Miguel?
No, I was just thinking, every 2 months I make my strategy column for Chess Base magazine.
Hmm.
And okay, for each issue they have. Okay, we had a lot of champions. The last one was Aronian, I believe. But okay, all kind of world champions and very such elite players. And of course, I choose games which are relevant from strategic point of view. And of course, with each of these players, it's okay. Or there was some interzonal, some old one, and candidates. Of course, it was very interesting. But now they took, this first knockout world championship, which was played 25 years ago in 77, 97.
98. Or yeah, it started in 97, right? Right.
97. And, you know, it was somehow shocking because, okay, the system had changed. It was clear that, I mean, first, the last classical world championships, I mean, real world championships, were Karpov against Kamsky and Kasparov against Anand
Yes.
in 95. So, I mean, long matches, 24 games. I mean, with a system of selecting interzonal and something equivalent for Kasparov's federation. Then candidates matches and okay, then the final match. I mean, okay, I mean chess, just high level chess. And it was becoming clear that neither FIDE nor Kasparov are not going to organize such things anymore. uh, I don't know if we can put the blame on them or they just were just instruments of the history because that was the trend. And I don't want to speculate about that.
Yes.
But it happened at the same time somehow that they couldn't organize normal cycles of the World Championship. And this reflected somehow the content of the games. I mean, it's so hard to find. I mean, first of all, it's two there are these short matches of two games. Many of them ended in draws relatively quickly. And it's not so easy to find enough. I mean, okay, I'm digging, I'm searching, but it's not so easy to find quality games already. So now, okay, we have this. We can put the blame on the pandemics because all these online tournaments, rapid, whatever, they were very popular at high level. There was this Carlson circuit, and but maybe the pandemic just accelerated a bit the things, like Kasparov and Ilumjinov. Maybe this is the trend, and it's a pity. I mean, if we talk about the quality of, do you want to learn chess? Uh, you'll have to go way back to find games which are really instructive. I mean, you're not learn just from games played at 15 minutes or online. I mean, on the screen, when you cannot really concentrate so well. You cannot. You see, you can calculate three moves, and you okay. You play by reflexes. This is not. I mean, something that. Of course, I don't talk about the objective strength of the players now because they said okay, but the old guys they had a lot of time and wah, 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 wah. Yeah, I talk about the result. I mean the game, the finished product, which is the game. I mean, of course nowadays you don't have so many free days, but okay, the tournaments are very short. I mean nine rounds. That's a joke, no, for an elite tournament, and you play half of the game just by remembering. So okay, yeah. So yeah, but you have to work so much on the computer. Okay, if sitting in front of the computer is work, then okay, then you have to work more than in the past. But I talk about the final product. I mean, would you learn from okay a game with the mouse slips and play it on the screen at 50 minutes, or do you find any something more interesting in games played at 5 hours for 40 moves and adjournment and almost perfect end gameplay and so on.
It's not about chess, it's about show, it's about
Yeah, yeah, but
another
okay,
things. About
no,
money.
yeah. The question is what the amateurs want. I mean, do they want to see Carlson
Yes, yes,
making
and
taking his moves
it's
back in blitz events? and things like that, or they want to see quality chess. That's the question.
I think what chess is now is happening is that it's a huge program of commercialization of chess. It seems to me that there was an article a while ago in Forbes magazine where they were trying to put a picture who are the most earners in the world in esports. And guess what? Number one was Magnus Carlsen.
Really?
So they consider each electronic chess as electronic games. And they put there's a lot of different electronic games, as you know. So if the top earner of all is Magnus Carlsen, so chess is treated in this case as electronic game. So this is a next level of commercialization of chess to bring people into chess because here is the top earner. Is of course Magnus Carlsen, but they omitted probably one important thing that Carlsen is just through the world championship, he can earn quite a lot of money by winning
Mhm.
world championship, which he does. Plus, he wins majority of other tournaments. So if you take, there is a considerable gap between number one earner, which is Magnus, and number
Mhm.
two. And then there's even bigger gap between number two and number three, because number three didn't play world championship
Yes,
much,
yes.
million euros
Mhm.
guaranteed, even losers purse. So, and then you will go down to number 10.
But if you are a former number two, you can always make propaganda for Putin, and then you probably earn more than Carlson.
Absolutely.
you know.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it's a special case, by the way. And when actually learned a couple of days ago that all Russian and Belarusian players are expelled from Wimbledon in tennis.
Mhm.
So then I started to think, and remember, tennis is also individual sport, like
Mhm.
chess.
Mhm.
So I think that there was a case about even Magnus Carlsen said that it's unfair that Karyakin is excluded from the candidate tournament.
Mhm.
But uh, but Karyakin did actually say something to support whatever Putin's doing, and people
No,
like
he even made fun of the Ukrainian people. I mean, it was no. I mean, I assume he's not very intelligent, and I assume
yeah
he's writing. He. The second mistake is that okay, not being intelligent is not a mistake. You either are intelligent or not. But then
yes
the mistake is that he's probably writing the posts himself. So at least one ship of rights. I mean, you can understand that he has some logic. I mean, okay, the premises are false,
yeah
but one ship of rights. I mean, you don't think you pretend you don't know who Putin is, who what happens in Ukraine. But when ship of rights, of course, it has some coherence, it shows some intelligence, whatever. Of course, what he says is wrong, but Karyakin, yeah, okay, he does it. But okay, I think things will go good for him. I mean, because of this.
Maybe.
Maybe, but okay, yeah, maybe.
But there is a great contradiction in what Carlsen is doing because Carlsen is organizing all this his own tournaments, and he pronounced that there will be at this situation there will no Russian players invited, and indeed this tournament there are no even single Russian player.
So
So
then why? But what he does is more extreme than what Fide did with Karyakin.
exactly. So at least FIDE didn't try to expel Nepomniachtchi, right?
Mhm.
Nepomniachtchi will be playing,
Yes,
and so Carlson, he is contradicting himself. He is criticizing Fide's decision to exclude Karyakin,
but
and at the same time,
but
he's excluding all Russian players from his
but
own
you,
tournaments.
you know what the difference might be between him and Karyakin? That he doesn't write his discourse, his speeches himself.
Mhm.
I mean, he has a whole team behind him, organizing and doing things, and well, I mean,
Yeah, yeah, I agree with you because the people, all those Belarusian and Russian players excluded from Wimbledon, they haven't supported Putin at all. I think even Medvedev said that something like he's against the war. Okay, said that much. But okay, it's at least a move in the right direction, I would say. Maybe not enough, but
Oh,
still.
by the way, talking about tennis, there was a time, okay, during communist years, I read that there was a year when Kasparov was the second sportsman in the world with respect to what he earned by playing chess. The first one was Ivan Lendl.
Aha.
So, but can I imagine that? I mean, okay, by playing, Kasparov earned was on the second position from all the sportsmen in the
That,
world.
that's incredible.
I mean, you understand? I mean, no electronic, no e-games, no, just sportsmen playing chess on, the old-fashioned chessboard. So I
Hmm.
think that was not less relevant than Carlsen's first place in the e-games.
Hmm. Well, listen, let's come back to a more pleasant theme is still about love. And I would like to ask Maria, at that time when you met, you were more in chess or in arts?
I believe I was more in my work because I work as a chess teacher, and it's it was all of my life because it's very difficult. It's very difficult to teach the children, and
Their parents.
yes, the parents is another stuff which is more difficult than my work, and I also something something paint and
Just painting occasionally. Yeah.
yes, when I was some client or some, I don't know, inspiration, it's very rarely. But of course, I was just like a chess teacher, not a chess player at all.
But she was playing. She was working 7 days a week,
Yeah.
so
Oh,
not much time left
I see. I see.
for painting.
That's very interesting. So, obviously, you felt attracted to Mikhail because of his intelligence, his softness.
She didn't know. She didn't know who Mikhail Marin was actually.
Yes, yes,
Ah,
it's true. It's true. Yes, but with Michael, it was something funny and just it's it's very easily to talk to him, and it's
you spoke Russian to each other, yeah?
what?
You spoke Russian to each other.
Yes, but Mikhail's Russian was was very bad because I just understand something about half or maybe less than.
Hmm.
And,
But
and
his
I think
Russian then improved quite a bit.
Yes, yes, because we speak Russian all day, and sometimes we speak in another language, which is
Mhm.
Italian or Spanish. When I learn,
Nice.
but okay, also Romanian sometimes. But as a principal, Russian is the main language in our house, especially now because now we have a Ukrainian girl, and
Mhm.
she also speak Russian.
Oh, she speaks Russian, yeah?
Yes, yes, but she speak also Ukrainian, but she,
Mhm.
she's her Ukrainian is not not good at all.
That's interesting. Because there are now a lot of different, because of the war, there are a lot of different talk shows on YouTube that you talk, and a lot of them are in Ukrainian. Interestingly enough, I know Ukrainian. I can't say just as well as Russian, but I understand 100%, and I can speak possibly in 2 weeks. I can speak
Mhm.
easily Ukrainian. Nava doesn't know Ukrainian at all.
Yes,
So when I'm watching Ukrainian talk show and I'm watching at her and I'm trying to figure out how much she understands, she at first she's very annoyed and she asked me to switch to some Russian program, not to watch this. But then 5 or 10 minutes and she's watching and I notice that she starts to understand. Couple of words I'm translating to her, and some others sound very similar to Russian. And then she understands by watching the faces and what they're talking about. So she knows more or less what it's all about. But it's quite interesting. Don't you find the Russian language is more aggressive than, say, Italian or Spanish or Romanian, for example?
No, why aggressive?
Not aggressive. I think it's
Oh,
if
okay.
if
Can I
if
rephrase?
some people who just say just nice and pleasant, I think it's a very beautiful language. But some guys speak just speak aggressive, and then of course it's. But also for me, I just love French and Italian and okay, little bit less Spanish, but Italian and French for me is more more music or more.
They are more musical, and of course, I don't mean language of Dostoevsky or Tolstoy or Chekhov. Not at all. I'm talking about like today's Russian language, especially now that I watch so many programs, and especially whenever Ukrainians are intercepting the telephone calls between Russian soldiers and their mothers or wives or whatever. I found it quite aggressive
Yeah.
language, but well, maybe it's a special situation. So
Mhm.
I'm talking about when you, as a husband and wife, and you're communicating in Russian all the time, it may lead to uh, some aggressive use of language. And Russian, remember, Russian is very direct language, where you want to say something that you don't approve or something you don't like, you say it so you can add some few strong words to it.
No, for the strong words, we usually use some Italian or Spanish language
Oh,
because for
really?
me it's very, it's too strong for me to use some Russian words, and then we just use Italian or Spanish or
No,
Romanian language also.
Vafanculo always comes in very
Uh,
handy. I mean,
Yes,
Is it sounds the same in Romanian?
well, in Romanian, in Maria's opinion, the bad words in Romanian don't sound as aggressive as in Russian.
yes, it's very soft.
Mm.
Actually, some of the bad words, there is a resort in Croatia, which nobody would think that it's a bad word. So I don't want to mention it.
So it's interesting. Love in many languages, in many countries, and
By the way, I mean, okay, if we talk about love and languages, there was Saint Paul, who in one of his, I think it's letters to Corinthians, maybe the
yes.
second one, and he was saying that there are three virtues which are the highest,
Hmm.
and these were the belief, the faith, the languages, and love. But of course, love was above them. But languages was one of the high virtues he mentioned,
Hmm.
and I can understand why. Actually, I once asked a priest what whether this was something practical or something deep. And I think that the priest was such a priest which is doing his job. I mean, not really, some priest who really believes in what he's doing. No, he's a businessman. In the meantime, he said, no, it was practical because they could preach in several languages. But I speak many foreign languages, and I feel that sometimes you can understand the essence of a certain thing better if you know how it is called or described in several languages, because it's several angles. It's like rotating the
Yes,
thing.
it brings
And
new colors to see.
yes. So I think it's much deeper than. I mean, it could not be just practical thing. I mean, okay, come on. No, of course it's good. It's cool to know languages, but I think it's more than that. It's learning about the world, about things.
Hmm.
Okay, it's part of culture, of course, and
Hmm.
another vision, another just feeling from another world. It's difficult to translate.
Yeah, there are things which you cannot
Yes,
translate from
it's
Italian to Russian.
Absolutely, I agree. And listen, it's so much pleasure to have you both. We are going to continue in Russian part of the program. So let's say goodbye to all listeners, and we'll see you next week. And right now, we'll go to the link for the Russian program. Thank you so much, and we'll
thank you,
continue
Sasha.
shortly.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.